putting off this build for a really long time. Um, yeah, it's time to get it done. I've got a couple plans this afternoon. So, or later tonight, right now we're 2 p.m. Eastern. And I think at 8 I'm meeting up with one of my tribe mates to get some work done. Alright, that's good. We got Wyvern security here. Excellent, just what I needed. I think that's Code Monkey whipping by. Pretty active player. Yeah, so I thought I could squeeze some of this in the afternoon, and then I think we're either taming a Giga, doing some underwater caves maybe, which we need a squid for, so maybe we're going to tame one of them. I don't really know, but we're doing some. I'm just the backup, following along. Okay, so essentially here's where we're at. I do have a rather large base in the northeast where 90% of the dinos are stored. This is my southern base. I started with this raft, which needs to be painted and needs its decorations. I keep this down close to the District 1 and 2 where my tribe mates live. And I just wanted a little house with a little gated area to have a close by spot. So if we take a look here, my other base is up in the northeast where that river connects with the ocean. We're currently on Craig's Island, and District 1 is on that peninsula right there, and District 2, and as it fills up it'll be District 3. Between myself, my girlfriend, and as you can see here, my 24 tribe members, most of whom are active, I was able to get all the pieces made. I didn't know what I was going to do, so unfortunately that meant making as many pieces as possible. And then I also built a little workstation here, protected by the 2 flowers, just in case I'm in my smithy or something, and a Dilo or a raptor. That's about as intense as it gets as a raptor usually. Spawns and attacks me while I'm working. Just in case though, I'm rocking a shotgun and my pick to move stuff out of the way. I've also preset through a mind wipe a weight build with a bit of movement speed so I can kind of get around quicker. And this way, of course, I can carry a lot more stuff while I'm doing my build. And what the heck? This little bastard. This guy can't be floating around while I'm trying to work. He also can't be killed. There we go. Yeah, so that's why we got the shotgun, because I don't need those guys stealing my gates or anything. So yeah, this is where we're at. One of the things I love is if I can be on a big flat area, then I can do a little bit more with these. If it starts to slope, you see you start to get little gaps there like that. Not really a huge fan. So yeah, that's kind of a thing. But I don't have anywhere on Craig's Island, like I looked around, I just don't have what I need as far as the flat goes. So that being said, have to be a slightly different design than usual. And yeah, I've got already some videos up that have my main base where I've done a little bit more, of course. And yeah, so we're gonna go probably with this adobe wood railing mix throughout, and when we get into sloped areas like this, we won't be able to use those railings like that for sure. And yeah, I mean, I'm going to do my best in about 2-3 hours here to get as much as I can done, but it is Friday. We've got quite a few people looking to join. I've already got pending invites on my Steam that I need to respond to. So we're just going to get on top of it right away here. See what we can do. I've got a bunch of metal cooking. I got these pretty well stacked because there's a good chance that I'll be missing something. So yeah. Anyways, let's do this. There's going to be interruptions as far as like chat and stuff goes. I'm running 4 maps as the only admin mostly, so you know that's going to be something we're going to have to deal with as it comes. Sex box, yeah, great. Hopefully someone can back me up on that. I know I put some more adobe walls in here. Oh yeah, that's a big reason I wanted to get this done as well. Quite proud of my cave trophies. Many of these I accomplished solo, no dinos. Yeah, we're gonna try and find out where the heck those adobe walls are. There we go. We'll take 50 of those. Fence foundations and some railings. And yeah, if it's really flat and straight, then we can get like a lot of nice stuff up as far as the slopes go and stuff like this. But it's just not gonna happen. And painting too. I'm looking forward to getting some paint down on this. Thanks for the glare, son. Could be using large adobe here, but I just, as opposed to making them, I thought I would just go with it. These, because I got a little bit more flexibility here. Yeah, see? I just don't love it. And now I got screwed on that. Probably should have had a demo gun with me. Be able to do that a lot easier. Go grab one up real quick. About the easiest thing you're going to craft in the game, and I think probably the fastest too. I think it's one piece of thatch. Yeah, screw you. One piece of thatch here. Not much else. Hey guys, welcome to the broadcast. It's going to be a little sluggish and slow. We're doing some building. It's been a while. I've been putting off this job, but later tonight I'm going to be doing up some more exciting things. So, but for the next couple hours, I've just been trying to get some work done on this this base here. It's like I was saying earlier, it's a smaller base. I have a big base up in the east, northeast, which my brother more or less manages. It's heavily loaded with dinos and such, but my tribe has about 24, 25 members in it now, and this is my spot that's just a little bit closer to where they all live. So I got this set up so I can be a little bit more inbound, so to speak. And of course, you can't actually place items with the demo gun up. There we go. So because of the sloped areas I was saying, I'm going to be doing any part that's got a big slope on it, I'll be doing like this. And that's a bit of a bummer, is these only two I think that placed in a different spot. I'm debating bringing it down, but I think it's going to end up in the same spot, so we're just going to have to go with it. And, let's see what we can do with these. Yeah, so yeah, as it gets more straight, there's more we can do. I might even be able to put two there, but I think I did already and it looked a little crooked. Or crush, like we say where I live. First goes the walls, then paint the walls, then build a little house, hoping to have it all done in 2 hours. Nice to have some music in the background, but of course, copyright, not allowed, I guess. I don't know. Why aren't you working now? Broken? Nice. Uh-oh. I think it's more than that. Ah, well, I got this up. Makes sense. Yeah, so welcome to the broadcast there. If you're just joining, we're doing a laid-back build afternoon. The exciting stuff will come a little later this evening. As far as getting some tames going and some other things. Probably do a cave if possible. One of my tribe mates wants to hit up a mission together, so we'll have to see. And I've been putting off this base for way too long, so it's about time we got her done. I keep making that mistake. Obviously going to be using the EQ and K button a lot. Make sure things are straight once we get to that point. But for now, the gates have already been placed, so not a lot on the go there. And I'm looking forward to getting the paint on it, to be honest with you. But that'll be a little later on. We're almost done these gates, so it's actually going to be coming up pretty soon. Obviously looking forward to chatting with anyone who's bored, because that's a good way to keep the flow alive. Make it a little more interesting. Well, yeah, you can see where it's perfectly flat. I could use four railings, but I don't see any other section. Maybe these two, I'll do it, but yeah. That's the burn, you know. You get that wood, those wood pieces and stuff like that, so. And yeah, there's going to be some minor interruptions on account of the it's Friday, the weekend's beginning. Even though I haven't placed any new server promos, I still had quite a few joins lately. So that's it. Hopefully the boys will pitch in and help me out a little bit. Everything we're doing is S+, by the way. For my tutorials on the other platforms, I use all vanilla. Our rates, though, are pretty close. We roll it 2 times. We're doing a playthrough. So the 2 times rates are good to keep us close to the original experience, and I believe that's what officials are running on weekends anyways. And, I find it's fine. It's not the best if you're obviously maybe on a PvP and part-time. You're going to need better rates than that. But for us, it's a very permanent server or server cluster. So no one's in a real rush, and you know, if you're a real part-time inactive player, you can always join the tribe, and that way your timers won't go because we're always nearby. You live in the district, and you can keep your stuff pretty safe. Let's pray that we have some more adobe walls. One thing I didn't set up was a lot of there we go. Don't need much more. I doubt I'm going to use them on the house, but we'll see. Hard to predict what I'm going to do here, as I have no actual plan. Just kind of going with the flow of it. Just love, obviously, the S+ stuff. I mean, you can switch these railings to half wall. We also, I don't know if it's implemented automatically in S+, but in our server settings we have it enabled clipping, which gives a lot of neat stuff you can do. I'm going to be actually clipping in other gates to this a little bit after to see how that works out. Halfway, which looks kind of funny, but I think if we put our minds to it, we'll be able to get something nice even with that. And what it'll really do is give me more options of variety of colors. The heck's that parasaur running from? I don't want to get caught with my hands behind my back. Yeah, so yeah, I don't love that. You know, that top piece looks kind of weird. Might have to switch that out to wood later, or even stone wouldn't look right. And I do like the way it's on the outside, but had it been like this piece here at the very beginning, built into the middle, that would have given me a much neater aesthetic, right? But I think all I would have had to do is replace all those fence foundations and press the E button, and or Q or whatnot. E, I think, would have been the solution, but it's just too late for that now. So we're stuck with this, whether we like it or not. It's the way she goes, boys. The way she goes. I'm a huge Trailer Park Boys fan, and yeah, I definitely do quite a bit of quotes there. Here we're gonna, oops. Here we're gonna try our 4, I think. Try out those. Once we have it on the other side, we can pull it off. Let's see how it looks. That's a little crooked. That's why I don't like the. That's why I like to build in flat areas. But I already got a base in a flat area. I needed this base just cause. That's what we're doing. I think we're out of them now. We're gonna have to get unique over here. I don't think I got any more adobe walls. Maybe, eh? Did I bring half of them? I don't know if I can deal with this imperfection either. Just that inch is bugging me. You know? Don't think it's gonna happen. We'll figure out something else just for that side. What we're gonna do... Whoops. Oh, yo, Drax, thanks for that, bro. Appreciate that follow, bud. Much obliged, sir. Much obliged. And yeah, this is where I'm at, Drax. I don't know if you're in the stream right now, but you fly by here. I got a bunch of mind wipes in my raft there. I'm on Craig's Island, right here. Come on down when you need your wipe. I can toss you a couple of them. I keep quite a bit of them on stash. Alright, we'll just finish up this basic design first and go from there. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, when I build without streaming, it is definitely like not hardcore music, but I mean loud music playing in the room, which okay, no, we gotta follow the pattern here, which I really enjoy. But I played a song once on Twitch, and they immediately turned off all the volume for the entire stream because, well, not my voice volume, I guess, because of copyright infringement, obviously. So we'll give up on that. And even on that note, which is hilarious, I did a very long underwater journey with my bro, who's loves to play the game. We get along great, but he's not a big fan of being streamed or whatnot. So instead of having our voices, I found some music that was public use, public domain, clearly. It was Beethoven. It was recorded like, you know, a ridiculous amount of time ago. And I still, immediately after release, had 10 or 12 copyright issues that came up right away. I've obviously, you know, whatever you call it, argued them all. But still, what a pile of crap that was. And there are 3 of them are Chinese writing, couldn't even understand. Basically, I guess what happens is their system just hears that particular batch of music and assumes it's something they've copyrighted. And obviously, if it's from an orchestra or something and it's been recorded in recent times, then you got an issue there. But if not, I mean, leave me alone. So I've since countered or whatnot each one of them, and I got about 5 more to go. I wasn't about to remove this song and like jam it. You know what I mean? I bookmarked the website, and in my counter attack, I guess, whatever you want to call it, my counter claim. I sent a link to that website. Yeah, sure. No, I'm not building D3, Draxer. D3 is going to be, once D2 is filled, we're going to have that whole peninsula. And I believe on Monday I'll start the build of D3. But for right now, District 1 and 2 is enough. Draxer as well, I noticed on your base build, just watch you don't come out too far towards that wall. I don't mind the length of it. But if you're coming out too close to that wall, it's going to make it so people can't get by. So just keep an eye on that, if you don't mind. We need some room to move, and that's got to go up there. You know, try and keep it like organized and clean. District 1's a freaking disaster because you boys are all leaving your dinos lying around all over the place. I was hoping, as we've seen already, that District 2 would remain a bit cleaner than that. Let's get a half wall up there, actually. That'll be a lot better. So, you know, Draxer, you're one of the messiest of the bunch. One of my favorites, don't get me wrong, but one of the messiest of the bunch. Don't let me find out you're slobbing up the place over there. You know, it gets all jammed up. You know, it's like this. And I'll tell you, I worked as a waiter for quite a few years, and I worked right on the St. Catherine Street in downtown Montreal, real hot spot. I start my shift at 4 o'clock, and for the first while, there's no customers. It's quiet. And because the day waiter had just left and was tired, of course, the end of his shift, he wants to get the F out of there. And What happens is all the tables are a little crooked. I'm going to switch that to a half wall later. See if we can get up on our Argent. So what happens is all the tables are a little crooked. Oh, whoops. Alright, we'll deal with that later. So all the tables are a little crooked. It's not quite clean. This is a fact, okay? This is a fact. So I straighten the whole thing up ergonomically. Make it look perfect. Like, I mean perfect. I got 2 hours usually before customers show up. Within 20 minutes of that place looking perfect, people just started sitting down, even though it was empty. And the same applies, you know, you're bringing a new guy into the tribe, you whip him up into the district, and there's a giant friggin' mess of dinos there, and everything's all looking like crap. To me, it's not the best impression. So, once you get your house built up, Drax, when I have time, I'll put together your pen for you, but we've got to get that place fixed up first. So keep it clean, gents. I kind of like the way that looks at the top, but it's not going to work for any of the other ones. So unless we were to do, anyways, better settle with this. I've already taken it apart 2 or 3 times. I'm just gonna have to go with this. It'd be nice if those adobe were like the S Plus stone walls, didn't have that wood on the back. All right. I'll leave some in the personal pen, but others near my base. No, we're going to be building you a pen in behind your base, Draxer. Alright. Okay, so we got this done. I'm going to do some painting. And I'll talk about this real quick. I am an absolute fanatic when it comes to the S Plus paint spray painter. It is so much better than the other ones. For one thing, it remembers what you had it set to when you put it down. Let's talk about colors here. Oh wait, you know what? We're not ready to paint yet. I wanted to try snapping in some weird stuff. I want to try and snap in some wood gates. Or should we go with stone? Yeah, let's try some stone out. And I don't have many stone gates. Okay, 47. That's enough. This. Actually, I can't get disorganized now. This doesn't belong here. This doesn't belong here. None of this belongs here. A little busy on Reddit and Steam today, but we gotta put that on hold for just a minute while we get this thing set up right. So yeah, I'm thinking about doing this. Yeah, no, I'm doing this. But do we want it to be wood? Let's grab a wood one and see how it looks. Hopefully we have. If not, I got enough mats to craft whatever I might have been missing. I try to think of everything. Told Mystic make me 100 of every piece. We didn't quite get there, but we did get a lot done. I don't see those wood gates. They better be in another box. I know there we go. Is that a door? That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, let's get rid of this. Get rid of that. Keep the stone. Let's just see how the wood. The stone does look pretty cool, but it's a bit too much stone. See if we can't snap in the wood. If they don't want to snap, though. There we go. Yeah, I think we're going with the wood, boys. What do you guys think? Wood it is. Which gate was it? That one? Yeah, perfect. Sometimes a little tricky to get them in place here. As we can see, the second one doesn't want to go. Can't have it without snapping it. There we go. Little Q button action. It's not the right spot. Oh boy, this one's gonna give me trouble. Oh, I had it. Come on, baby, get in there. You can do it. Yikes. You gotta be patient when you're trying to do weird stuff. I had it too, that's a shame. That's angled out to the outside, it's no good. That's probably also angled to the outside. Damn it. Could just pop it, but I mean, it's gotta be, you know, you're not spending all this time to make it look crooked. I remember doing this in my last base, it wasn't fun. Lots of headaches. We've already started one. We can't just give up and be lazy, but if it don't snap... Okay, it snaps nice in first person, so let's roll with first person then. Seems to be the way. Well, at least it did once, right? We'll have to end it there. That's going to look weird if we come off that edge. And the other thing about this, I'll be able to paint that brown another color, you know. It's going to look pretty cool. Well, it might be a little overzealous. Like, it might be just too much for the eye. A little too unsimplified, but I don't know. Why not? I just learned how to... I've played about 3,000 hours, well, 4,000 for both accounts of this game, and I just figured out this move this time around. So, it's like, I feel like abusing it a bit. It looks like it's in. Nope. That happens. Not the best view on first person. That's why I prefer not to build like that. Yeah, I'll be Drax on the topic of that mind wipe. I'll be around on this for a couple hours. Then I do have to step off to do a tiny bit of house cleaning with the dishes. Don't want the wife to get home and start, you know, cracking out the whip on me. I have a dishwasher though, so it's like a 5-minute job, but we still got to get it done. So yeah, you stop by anytime the next couple hours, that's yours. And I'll be around again tonight on the mission. I'll probably chop off from 5 to 6 to deal with the incoming messages on Steam. Get these new players in the game, and go from there. I expected this to be a headache, so I'm feeling pretty patient about it. If I had music on, it would be less of a headache, though, I'll tell you. The music just makes the game work better. If you're getting a lot of glitches in Ark, get some music. That one doesn't match any of the other ones. That's got to go. Ark's like plants, you know. You play music for plants, you tend to work better. Same thing applies for Ark. At least for me, because I'm a little more relaxed and patient. And like, you know, you can bitch about the Ark building mechanic, but I am doing something weird here, so it is going to be sketchy. What I find out, when I find the mechanic really hurts me is when I'm building on rafts. On the sunken foundation rafts, you get, oh, there it is. You get a lot of flipping going on. This looks like it's going to go good. We could have gotten rock and roll going there if we didn't have to step away from the door. For those of you just joining, we're working on my little house here. Thanks for watching the broadcast. A little later tonight we'll be doing some more action adventure, but I haven't made a single build video yet except on the other platform in the form of tutorials. So I was going to do this anyways this afternoon. It might as well have been streaming while I do it. And it's rare that my girlfriend works during the day, so I also happen to have some quiet time here. And it's not that she makes a lot of noise, but she makes noise. You know, she needs stuff once in a while, so it's hard to work uninterrupted. This one's going to be weird, I think, because we're on quite a hill. Weird or altogether just not doable. There we go. The other plus side to these walls coming up on the fence foundations is later on I can put a top up there. What the? Oh, it comes over like that. Yeah, okay, we'll get that going. So I can put like slopes and all kinds of cool things on the top of those railings, I believe. So that's going to be kind of neat after. Won't be able to do much on the curved pieces, I don't think. I don't think we'll match up nice there at all. So we'll just do it where it's more straight. Thank God we're almost done with this part of the job, because it's slow and steady for sure. It's going to make it a little weird to spray paint it too. That's the other, that would have been the great thing about those large walls, is the painting of them. Should have probably thought of the paint aspect of it. I didn't want to do them because I wanted more versatility, but in the end I probably would have saved a lot of time with that paint, painting one large wall. This guy's going to be a real bitch. Let's see if we can get better. Do these ones up first. And the Q button's just been ineffective here. Just not ever choosing the snap I want. This is the pig about building an arc with clipping with S+. Even the stackable foundations with S+, that gets me right upset sometimes. You know, you press the button 30 times, it doesn't place, etc., etc. Not so bad with the with these. I've been through worse, especially in the early days when Arc was still an EA and it was just a disaster. If you put a fence foundation under a behemoth gate and removed it, the whole behemoth gate went down. I mean, that just ain't cool. That just ain't cool. Seems the stone really clips in nicer than the wood too. Stone was easy, but it's just going to be too much stone. 2 more pieces to place and I'm done with this. Right as I'm reaching peak frustration. Peak frustration. Oh shoot, I think I had it there. Yes sir. Alright, the last one that was busting balls. Oh, we had it. There we go. Good. That difficult task is done. Now we can get some paint going here, which I don't think I'm going to do because night's coming, but let's see if we can at least pick the colors before night comes. Even with Gamma, I find the night's just not a good way to choose colors. You don't get a real idea what's going on there. Get six containers up. 6 sprayers if we got them. Definitely going to need at least 1 brush. Keep that up there just in case. I don't know all the regions by heart, so the brush comes in handy. Okay, we're definitely going to be using some yellow. Okay, it's got to go from there, fine. I like forest green, the regular green I can live without. White's always good to, okay. White's always good to have as a little base. I don't think I'll be rolling no black. The orange might be okay. Definitely need some red or brick. Let's go with the flash of the red. Let's get these loaded up here and see what we can do. It seems like the paint lasts a lot longer in the S Plus as well, you know. Cyan's a little bit too much flash for this build. I do love it on door handles and for other stuff. I don't see myself fitting in the blue. We need 2 more colors here though. Let's get that orange up. Which one's this? Tangerine? Yeah, it's lovely. And yeah. We're actually going to put a coat of primer on this and go all white everything. It'll be real quick and then go from there. Well, I don't see us needing any other colors than those. Let's get the light brown up, but a lot of those... Oh yeah, I forgot we gotta slide that over here. A lot of those, what did we miss? It's empty. That. Tangerine. And what did we say? Brown? Yeah, we're not gonna use it though. Pretty sure. Alright, we'll bring this up just for maybe something. I keep forgetting. We gotta go here, then there. That's bright. Makes a whole ton of sense. Pardon me. Alright. We're definitely not gonna have time for paints before the sun drops here. It's annoying. Oh, it's alt hashtag to toggle? Give me a break. Pressing alt plus pound. I don't think it's that. If it puts this away again, I'm gonna. There we go. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 6. No, I'm not sure we're going to put pure white. Even to start. Not too heavy to jump. Alright, what colors do we want to do? Let's start with the door. We'll definitely get the dark brown or forest on the actual frame. We'll do all the stone frames. Did we bring forest? Yeah, that's where we're going to do all the stone. That's it for sure. Let's get that going. Yeah, all 6 regions on the stone. If there even is 6, you never know. Probably not. Random videos? Yeah, of course you can play with me, man. Our server is open to the public. If you're PC, otherwise it's going to be a bit of a headache. We don't have the Xbox cross set up, just cause. But yeah, if you want to join, you can just, there should be links right on my main part of this Twitch page. You can click on it, and it should link you right into a join screen. If not, worst case scenario, check out YouTube where there is a bunch of links under my comments section. Just type Biggs around. And beyond that, all you really need to do is type Biggs around on Google, and I take up the first couple pages. Type Isla Nation on Reddit, stuff like that. I'm not hard to find, and I'm always around. It's real easy to join our servers as long as you do have a PC. And you got a little bit of room to install the mods and all that stuff. And we rerun a 4-map cluster. Yeah, sorry, bro. Sorry about that. You have to buy the game separately from the Steam store in order to be able to do that, which I didn't. I already own a couple copies of Ark, one for me, one for my girlfriend, plus all the expansions. And there's not as many mods available and stuff on that yet, so I've been a PC player for a long time, and that's how I play. But when I make my tutorial videos, they're all done in vanilla, so that way people can basically use it for any system. Now see, here's where we got a problem, because I'm just going to keep losing daylight here. And I'm not going to get an accurate representation of my coloring, so we're going to have to put a hold on the paint for now, and start working on the house, and wait till morning for the next paint job. No choice about it. Which kind of blows because I don't. Oh yeah, these painters will hold their paint, right? Yeah, gorgeous. That's great. And yeah, I could gamma it, but of course that brightness adjustment is not going to be representing the color. So let's get some foundations down. Start working on that end of it. I didn't make many of those because I know it's going to be a small little house. Probably put some towers in each corner here, I think. And we're going to put the house over by the water. We'll start on the highest point. This way when we draw down into it, we'll be able to stack evenly. If we start down here, it doesn't really matter, I guess, with S plus stackable, but I'm used to doing it on without S plus. So I want to get this thing lined up real nice and tight with the same straightness of the gates. That's where our K button is a major help. And even use the little lines on the foundation. That is looking almost perfect right there. Let's move it a little millimeter. Another little millimeter. Alright, there we go. I think I'm satisfied with this. I'm a little bit OCD when it comes to these being perfect. And yeah, we'll go from here up to the wall, and that'll be perfect for us. Definitely enough room. Up to the door, sorry. Right to there. Gonna have a mini harbor on the go here as well, so we'll have it built in a way that we can easily expand out into the harbor. That came out pretty darn straight. Let's get some gamma going. That came out pretty darn straight there. Not bad at all. We'll hold off on... can't have that crack down there. Can we slide one in? There we go. Hey, yo, kitten. Thanks for that. That's awesome. I appreciate that a lot. Glad to have you on board. As you know, we're just doing a little build here. More action coming later tonight, but for everyone in the broad... Oh, see, that's what... Okay, the parasaur wasn't going to be a problem, but I did put those 2 flower turrets just in case I was crafting or building in here, and a raptor showed up, and apparently the parasaur didn't enjoy that. Might as well get this cooking on a fire, though. No point to wasting. And yeah, for those of you in the broadcast following, supporting our community, that's something I take real seriously, and I appreciate it a lot. I'm not just saying that, that's from the heart all the way. And I thank you very much for all the support I've had from a lot of people since we started back in June. And being that I'm retired from working now, this will be my full-time community. You know, hopefully one day Arc 2 comes out, but a few of us are looking forward to checking out Fallout 76. Maybe I'm definitely going to be playing some Division 2 when it comes out. A couple guys from my old Swedish team on Division 1 are going to be joining me. We're hoping to get Rick the Duck, but he's deep into school right now, so we might lose him. But the Arc servers and the Arc game will always be running. One thing we are probably going to do when we finish the playthrough, this will be probably a month or 2 after the next DLC comes out, and maybe before, is there's a couple nice total conversions that are being built that I really want to take a look at. So the one cool thing about Arc is between the mods and the conversions, there's a lot of replayability there. So this doesn't look good though. So yeah, that's something we're really looking forward to. Little crash, guys. Doesn't take me too long to get this back up and running, so don't worry about that. And I apologize for that. SSD card would be nice. A couple things I need are a microphone, a new one, as well as an SSD card and another screen. But so far, you know, it's what, 150, 250, about 250 a month for the servers. Some people do donate, which helps out. And as well, I'm not working, and even though I've cut my costs down, I'm spending probably $1,500 to $2,000 a month on just general living expenses. So I'm kind of putting on hold any more shopping for now, as far as computer parts go. But because I'm bouncing back and forth from the maps a little bit, it would be pretty awesome to have an SSD card for sure. But hey, you know, I spent a little bit of money getting this thing started up in the first place, so I'm kind of cut back on investing more money into it for now. Give me a little split second here to get some of the stuff back up. Check a couple messages as we go along. There's just one pending invite. Introverse, I see you, baby. I'm coming to get you as soon as I'm done with this here. It won't be long. Yeah, like I was saying, we're going to get this build wrapped up as best we can. And then from there, I'll probably just go do some dishes. And then tonight, I don't know what my brother's into. He says around 8 o'clock, though. Possible Giga Tame, possible Squid Tame. Or possibly messing around, maybe trying to do an underwater cave, but apparently it's good to have a squid before you do that, so that's something we got to look into for sure. And I feel like some of I'm not getting my flashes on screen. Luckily the people that are subscribing, joining, and following along are coming up on my phone, so I'm giving a chance to thank them. So Raiden Videos, big thanks to you. Draxer and Kitten, who I'm pretty sure would be the same kitten that plays on my server. Or if not, a different kitten. I do like cats and kittens, so y'all are welcome here. And thank you guys for following and subscribing and showing support. It's much appreciated, big time. Big time. As we load up mod number 3. Thank you for crashing in the middle of my game, you son of a whore. I do get about 1 crash a week. But it generally tends to happen while I'm streaming. So, you know, what are you going to do? It's part of it. Not much can do about that. What I'm not loving right now is that when people are subscribing and following, I figured it was, kitten. I figured it was. There's the flash I'm waiting for. I love my little fire. Raiden. So yeah. At least that's there. Obviously I hear it here and I get a email on my phone, so I know anyways. I usually hear it. The email comes first, then I hear the sound, and then it pops up on my... Like I said, I need another monitor, so I'm super ghetto right now. Samsung on one side, and cell phone's my other device, which keeps me into Discord, as well as battle metrics to keep an eye on what's happening with the servers. So yeah, there's a little bit of technology would certainly help. But again, and my girlfriend offered, because she watches my videos and she's like, I don't know, everything's good, the camera looks good, the graphics look nice, but the voice isn't coming out. And hang on a sec here. Nice getting a half-hour load time here as well. Thanks, Art. But the voice isn't as good as it should be, because apparently she says I have a good voice and it doesn't sound as good. So she was willing to buy me a microphone, and I actually turned her down, just because you know, already spending enough money for now. I would rather wait. And unfortunately, when I owned the restaurant, I had to take out tons of loans to get it going, and put a lot of pressure on things, and to spend a lot of money to renovate it and stuff. So I just, with this thing, which isn't really a business per se, but it's more of a hobby and a passion. But I didn't want to be throwing tons of money at it, so I just kind of like slowly but surely buy a little piece here and there, you know. And when I started a few weeks ago, I think it's been 1 full month now, maybe, or maybe a month and a week. I bought the camera and a couple other things, a lot of like subscription type stuff. And the servers, which are pretty expensive. The island is a 52 slot, essentially super ultimate server, so it comes in around 100 Canadian a month. And then it's about, because I'm using a European company, I have to, I've got to pay in euros. The Canadian dollar versus the euro ain't the best right now. Well, it never is the best. So that's a bit of a thing. Ooh, let's use some of these triangles. So yeah, I'm just trying to keep it economical. It's already hard enough with... I used to love looking at my bank account back when I had income coming in. Okay, we're gonna have to pick up some of those foundations. It's too big. But now I don't open it anymore, and it's not that I'm running out of money or going poor or anything. It's definitely not gonna happen. But I just don't like looking at it because there's only one direction it goes these days. Which is fine. You can't bring that shit with you when you die anyways, so, you know. I don't have any kids, so I mean, hey. No need for all that cash. Might as well spend it on Ark. That blows a little too close on that edge, so we just won't put it there. That's not where we wanted that. Oh, let me get the gamma going again. Sorry, guys. That's about the best I can do. It's a dark night. As soon as the sun comes up, we'll be back on painting, though. Yeah, wyverns are fun and annoying. They're useful as F, but they're take a little getting used to manage them. Last thing you want to do is jump off it when it's in the air. Alright, great. So this is going along pretty good here for the base. I think that's more than big enough for what I need, and definitely probably set up a rooftop overview there a little later on. Let's get some stone walls going, or do we want adobe walls, or do we want wood walls? Let's go with a stone on the bottom layer and wood on the top. I shouldn't be putting these pieces in here. They gotta go in the right box or I'm gonna not know I have them later. This is more for random operations. So what do we say? Some stone and wood mix, hey? Let's do it. Probably can't use thatch. Just ends up getting wrecked every time. Hopefully we have some double door frames in here somewhere. Yeah, that's adobe though. Nope. Let's get some... is that stone? Yeah. Let's get a couple of those. doors we can put on later if we don't got them. No big deal. Did I make wood walls? If not, no big deal. I got the materials nearby to craft them. There we go. Let's get some of them. Let's get that. There we go. Let's get one of these, maybe two. Back to our front door. There's a few windows here. Yeah, that's where it gets interesting. And we need some stone walls. Did I use them all? Do we not have? There we go. 80. Ooh, she did good for me there. Thank you, Mystic. Alright. Definitely going to be coming back for more walls, I think. We'll start with this. Does Gamma 6 even do anything? No. It is a dark night. Nothing I can do. Sorry for that. Eventually there'll be electricity and lights up around this whole area, so it'll be nice and bright, but that's not for today. Today's just to try and get maybe some painting done on the gates and the raw build here. This may end up being glass, so we're going to leave that for now. Actually, if it is going to be glass, the whole bottom layer... Oh, we need a door frame here to go out onto the deck later. The whole bottom layer is going to be stone. So if we have glass there, and I'm pretty sure we're going to, then we will putting that up on the second layer. Scheiße. Yeah, definitely Sears talking about school. There's a few reasons it's a little bit more challenging to get... I mean, we still add 1 or 2 players every day on a weekday. Now, some of them have moved to Ragnarok. Some of them kind of jump in, jump out. But we have lost a significant amount of players because school's starting. Another reason, ever since, and I noticed this, they did an update not too long ago. I mean, Ark's always updating and adding more to it. This particular update, though, had a very negative effect on medium-level computers. And it killed, 10-15% of their player count. People that just got tired of it crashing all the time. Then No Man's Sky came out with their update and added multiplayer, and that took away some players. Add to that the fact that Ark is investing, or Wildcard's investing a lot of time and money into Ark Mobile. They've done Xbox and PS4 sales. The next Steam sale I predict will be pretty soon in September-ish. So, maybe we should have a Dino Gate right here. Yep, that would be perfect. So yeah, that's been hard. Last night was the lowest player count on Steam I've seen since the Flyer nerf way back in the day. It was, I think, at about 23,000 at peak time. Today it's a lot better, even during the non-peak time, but that is painful. I think we're going Woodgate there just for fun. So it's been a struggle. Now, think about this, too. If you check Battlemetrics, I think we're running about 40,000 private servers. Maybe more. Might be 60, I don't remember. And you got 24,000 players at peak, right? And out of those 24,000 players, quite a few of them have their own servers. Quite a few of them play SP. Quite a few of them are already settled into servers. Quite a few want to play PvP, which we don't have. Others like huge boosted rates. So every day, almost every day of the week, maybe take one day off a month, I'm refreshing, Reddit and Steam, looking for players that are saying, hey, I want to join a tribe or whatnot. And with that, what I've noticed is, in the old days, I used to refresh Steam looking for tribe, and I would get, every 40 minutes there'd be 4 or 5 new ones posted up. Yesterday, for the first time, and I run that on a timer on my cell phone, yesterday for the first time I ran 2 40-minute refreshes and there wasn't a new post there. I'd never seen that before. So it is a fight right now. Not, of course, physically or aggressive, but it is a bit tough getting new players right now. But we're still getting them every single day. Already 3 today have joined up. So, it could be worse for us. But with 4 maps, people spread around. And the way the situation is with Wildcard and Arc right now, my goal of hitting 100 players, that timeline has passed, and I'm not 100% sure that's even going to happen at this point. So we do what we can, and that's it. All I can do, I can't, like, I'm not going to be jumping into other people's discords to recruit them and stuff, right? So all I can really do is try my best and using what's available to me. And times are horrible for that right now. However, we still do run 20-some players, over 20-some players at peak. We put new players every day. And, you know, we have an amazing community of good people that are working together, getting the job done. So you're never alone on my servers because they're international. People from all time zones play here. And that, of course, helps as well. Sometimes I play at 3, 4 in the morning. My girlfriend gets home from work. It's nice there's people on. You know, United States is still the biggest economy in the world with the most, probably the highest average pay. Maybe, actually, no, that's probably not true at all, but a lot of gamers there, so obviously the US is a big part of our server, but if you were to log in during the day, it's pretty much Euro. And we even have a new Australian join today, a couple guys from New Zealand, Roscoe and the boys, so there's some interesting people that we play with for sure. That part I like as well. I live in an international city. Traveled around Europe quite a bit in the South and Central America. Actually, not South, sorry, Central America, you know, because I think Mexico, Cuba, and even maybe Guatemala, I'm not sure, is in North America still, but you know what I mean. Traveled quite a bit down there, quite a bit in Europe, and I do like that aspect. At least it's morning, so once that sun comes up, we can get to the painting. Things are coming along okay here. Not really sure what I'm going to do. I'm definitely going to put in some glass on top of that wood. Somewhere along the lines there. Do that up. I got to think a little bit here what I'm going to do. I like the beginning of it though, definitely. We're going to have room for cool little torches and stuff in here. So it's a pretty decently solid base. Work some decks around, definitely a second layer deck, and then I'm going to be putting certain walls and stuff around here. So, it should be alright. Just kind of thinking now, sorry about that. I tend to just zigzag around, waiting for the sun to come up so I can paint. You know what? We'll take a look at some of the parts we have for some inspiration. See if I can get anything out of that. I'll grab some more meat too. Let's fire out. A little water. Yeah, exactly. I like it. Everyone's just complaining about their homework and stuff. Seer jumped right on it. I mean, not that there's any rules against that, but, you know, you just finished your day of school, you got all kinds of work loaded with you, and then you come on and everyone's talking about schoolwork on ARC. I mean, no. But again, it's not like we're going to bust balls over it. Seer handled it anyways. Ooh, this could be interesting if we put a rail, a little line of railings around there somewhere to give it a little gap. I mean, yeah, something like that might work out. We have a decent amount of wood railings there. Yeah. Get those up. That's all I can think of for now. Let's head back over there. Might as well get our doors on while we're at it. 2. I already have those. Let's get those doors up. Sun's coming up. Yay, painting time. Not quite there yet. I'd like to have perfect no gamma light for that job. Don't like auto open. Let's just switch that to auto close only. No door on this side. Okay. So I think on this side we're going to do a layer of railings, which will mean a railing and a half wall to keep things even. Just for fun, give it kind of a cagey look. And we'll do some glass on the other side maybe. Oh, can I jump and reach that second one? I believe I can. Nope. Oh, we'll do it down just because it's easier, and I'm feeling a little lazy right now. I don't have a tapejara here, but tapejara is the, I have one up at the top at the northeastern base, so I'll be grabbing it for the finished job, or maybe just put up scaffolding like the old school way pre-Tapejara. Keep missing that mark, and then when I hit it, I'm chatting and not paying attention. There we go. So that should still work out to a full wall size. Otherwise, we're going to have a little bit of a balancing issue here. Yeah, see, perfect. We said glass on those triangle pieces, so let's save that for later. We're going to go 3 walls high. That's all I need out of this house. Not looking for a mansion here. I already got the big buildings up north. Just a little place to rest my head when I log off in this area. Although the raft has served its purpose and also still needs to be painted. A little behind on that job. A little behind on everything. There was some minor troubles this week that set me back. I had to get rid of some people playing in the server because they were bums and just trying to aggro everything. Kiting dinos into people's bases. Being toxic on the chat. And so started with a 24-hour ban, which for whatever reason led them to fly off the handle. So I just had to wipe, just get them out of here. We don't need that crap in our community. The problem is the 12 to 14-year-olds don't understand that why I do what I do. And I got to deal with them on Reddit, 4chan, and Steam. But luckily I got a lot of supporters out there on 4chan that are watching what they do and reporting it to me right away, as well as burning them when they do it. I also have a lot of supporters on Reddit and Steam, so it never really works out for them, but you know, it does take up a little time dealing with it. Alright, let's get on to painting. Enough of this bullshit drama stuff. Put this stuff right back here. Everything put away, keep her organized, ladies and gents. I might throw a thatch roof on that house. I'm gonna be straight with you about it. I love that thatch roof. And you know, if they had like a, I should look into it. One other mod that might be cool is like a radio, you know. You could put on actual, like, connect Spotify, place your radio, and you could connect your Spotify to it. So in game, you could be like listening to music and stuff. That'd be neat. If there's not a mod out there, somebody make it, please. Let's do this. I know there's some type of mods out there, and I know I can run it through my Discord, but I just like the idea of doing it with the right in the game. All right, let's get back on task here with the paint. Babbling on, losing my tempo. See, yeah, and I didn't use the S Plus Spring Painter enough before, and I'll tell you what, there's just like nothing I love more than this S Plus Spray Painter. It's a big time saver. No need to reload or reset it when you pull it up and down. So like on the other painter, if I switch this out, right, if I switch it all to 6, you see it's all 6, put it away. On the other painter, if I bring it up, I gotta do it again, but look at that. She's ready to go, you know. And the paint lasts longer. So let's get back on our door. We said brown for the gates. Did we get them all done? Reddish, that's the, I think that's the brick coloring. It's gamma daytime here, so we really get a good representation of the color. And let's move along. So yeah, we're gonna put definitely keep the white background on the gate itself, and I think we're gonna go with the nice red on the railings. However, I don't happen to remember, I forgot my brush. I don't remember every region, so we always carry a brush with us to be able to check out that region issue. So if there's a better way, let me know, but this is the way I've been doing it. Okay, definitely don't want that. There we go. So region 2. So we'll set this to region 2 only, and then we'll go do all our doorways. And there ain't many, so that'll go quick. And the background color is going to be white, so I don't remember which region white is, but we definitely know it's not region 2. So we will set this to enable all except region 2. Bada bing, bada boom. Easy peasy. Alright, so now we got to decide the color for these walls, which is going to be a bit more complex, because I'm going to want to do the wood on the adobe a different color than the actual adobe. I'm thinking we paint, let's get a look from the outside real quick. You know, maybe white on the walls with red. Maybe white on the walls with some red, or brick up on those railings up there. Could be pretty cool. So let's start with that. don't want to do is accidentally paint our gates here. Ah, I didn't want to accidentally paint that gate either, but we're definitely not doing those white. We'll get to them later. I don't love the performance right now. See, we just burned one of the gates. That blows, but I think it was the brick, which maybe, was it number 3 or number 6? Bummer. Okay, there we go. See, still all fully enabled? I don't remember enabling them all. If it actually remembered that when I put it down and took it back out of the box, that's incredible. Fuck, twice, boys. Gotta stay focused. And it wasn't the red. That don't match that. Where's our brick painter? Just doesn't look like it's number 3. Oh yeah, okay. We're good. Who's this annoying compy? I don't need to deal with you right now. You're getting on my nerves, and when your friends come, you're really gonna get on my nerves. Shit. Alright. Sorry about that. Animal abuse, but what are you gonna do? We're working here. See how freaking choppy that is? It shouldn't be like that. That ain't my game. Maybe it is. Something feels real off. Not sure if it's because, yeah, might be because I'm carrying the spray paint. It's real smooth in that view. Yeah, okay, fair enough. I'll accept that. Probably changing that top piece later. Not sure yet. Probably speed this up a bit too. Fucker. It's a common issue I have is hitting those gates when I don't want to. And that would be a real nuisance with the other spray painter. It goes a lot easier with the S+1. Fuck, too many times. Maybe I shouldn't be rushing it, hey? It's not really paying off to rush. Gotta keep redoing stuff. Still gotta take another pass for all the railings, and finally another pass for the inside. It's a pretty big task when you're painting, even with the extra kit. And I don't start making a lot of paints until I got my industrial cooker, which we have at the main base. It's just a pleasure to make paints with. Moving water around from the soup cooker, or soup pot, whatever the hell you want to call it, is total BS. Now the Eco mod does have a Eco Decor mod, which we use, does have a paint thing that you can use to make it easier in the early game, but I just didn't bother making paint, or very much kibble, in fact. Just the stuff I really needed until I had that industrial cooker. Screw it. It's just such a huge... I just can't stand... You know, you have 3 pots going, but the grind of moving that water around is just insanity. It's insanity. And I'm not used to Eco's mod. It was Sick Chaos that suggested it, because we were on Aberration, and with it you can place a sink anywhere, which gives you at least drinking water, and I found out later you can actually connect that to get a water supply out of it. But I wasn't used to that. I'd never played with it, so I just kind of leaned back on my old habits, you know. Looks like we got the white covered. Missed a couple spots here. That's tight. That's real tight. Or maybe it is done. Yeah, it's just the way the Adobe works. Alright, so now what color do we want to do these? That's the question. Let's just find out first what region it is. Okay, so it looks like region 3 and region 2. Now, region 3 and region 2. Wonder what black would look like. Oh, let's get some green on there just to see. Not sure about it though. I'll disable region 1. 3 and 2 are up. This is forest, in fact. Yeah, I can do it. Maybe we'll go with something nice up there. Maybe the yellow on the railings. Tell you guys a story. It's been, shoot, a full year now since I owned the restaurant, maybe a year and a half. And I several times advised them to take over the Facebook and the Google. Finally, they never did, so finally I deleted the Facebook page. You know, it was a page inside my regular Facebook. But they never got rid of the Google, and so it still comes to my phone. And I'm sad to say the reviews aren't what they were when I owned it. We used to serve real potatoes as French fries. They've switched to frozen. I used to get my ground beef and steaks from a butcher close by who was amazing. They switched to some big company, frozen. And it's just, it's a bit of a shame. We had a 5-star rating over 5 years on Google, consistently. And that was because me and my girlfriend were always there, making sure the products were really good. And, you know, it cost a little bit more, but we made up for that. We had gambling machines inside the restaurant, so we could take a small loss on the, not a loss, of course, but take a little less profit, and just a little, a smidgen less profit on the food. And we take the money from the lottos and put that in to cover it. And it didn't take much, you know, we're talking about 2%, you know. And we could have better quality, better reputation. And then when, you know, when your family and friends come and you're serving them, you can be proud of it. And on Sundays, my girlfriend, which is our busiest day, a hard breakfast shift, 100 people in there rotating out real quick. Prices are pretty cheap. It was in an industrial area with a lot of factories near Canada's biggest army base. So a hell of a good base of customers. But on a Sunday, it would get pretty busy. I was out there serving customers in front, my girlfriend working in the kitchen. The last thing you want to be doing is serving people shit. You know, it's just embarrassing. So, but of course, that was my way of doing things. The new owners have scaled back all the quality of the food, raised prices a little bit. They still have the gambling machines in there, and they're still making money, you know, and they don't care. They're the kind of people that if you don't like it, get the fuck out sort of thing. And, yeah. So, you know, they're doing their thing, but it's quite funny. One of the latest reviews, the customer found a cockroach in their daughter's food. So reordered the plate. And we never had that problem. We were hardcore on top of the bugs with we had in French, his company name, Bibit is bug in French. He was Monsieur Bibit. Great guy. 20, 40 bucks a month to come in twice a month and keep things tight, you know? So we just don't have the issue. We have strict health inspection laws, so you can't fuck around when it comes to, these guys roll in and see it's a mess. You get a fine, not a warning, but if you get a fine, it's on the internet forever. It doesn't get removed. It's public info. Who the hell wants that, right? So anyways, not only does she get a bug in her food, they never get the plate replaced. It takes too long. So they kind of complain, of course, like, man, my daughter is not going to get to eat today. You never brought out the next plate. And they paid for their drinks. You know, didn't even get free drinks. They didn't charge them for the food. They still had to pay for the drinks. I mean, what the fuck? So, yeah. So we have a good laugh at it once in a while, but it's also a little heartbreaking for us because we put so much time in to build a great customer base and get things the way we wanted, and the people that bought it kind of ruined it. But that's their business. I don't give a crap what they do with it. I have no stake in it. So let them do what they want. On another topic. Oh, thanks, Random. Appreciate that, man. It's kind of a laid-back stream, you know. We do, if you look through my videos on both platforms, there's some action stuff in there and some funnier stuff, but this is kind of just a chill out and build afternoon. On the rare occasion that my girlfriend's not here. And not that she's a problem, but it's background noise, you know, and, you know, TVs and whatnot. I'm in a separate office in the house here, but I don't like to have all the doors closed, you know. It gets a little hot next to that 1,000-watt power source, so I think we're ready to paint this wood. You know what? What, am I thirsty? I feel like, okay, it's thirsty, that's why. We're going to do those rails up at the top first. I don't think I can drink. Oh, wow, I can drink water with the S Plus thing in there, too. What a dream S Plus is. This guy's I made a donation to him a long time ago through his mod page because I felt it was reasonable. He's so good. I got to cough here a bit. Pardon me. Yeah, it's my first building stream, and I did think, we did spend, both my girlfriend and myself, a couple tribe members that helped me out, we did spend a lot of time getting the mats up first, so you don't have to see us everyone knows how to chop an axe. I don't know, maybe it's still fun, but I didn't really want to make a video of grinding actual mats. Now we need a color. I'm not loving the green and red combo. The green I can live with. The red's gonna have to go though. We're not running a Christmas server here. Maybe when Christmas actually comes, but around here it gets real cold in the winter. I would appreciate to not have to be reminded about winter while I'm on a tropical island. I'll tell you, for those that were around, when they brought out that friggin', it was the first year. Oh yeah, so it was the first year I think the game was out, and at winter they put out this winter thing, you know, and all right, we got a little bit of a problem here. Ah, okay, logs, yeah, okay. So yeah, it's winter time, and they released this Winter Wonderland update. And it's about minus 35 degrees where I live, and this game is like, let's get on that tropical island, right? So first thing is the whole frickin' island's covered with snow. They never did it since. The whole frickin' island's covered with snow. We're going to go with yellow on this. I think will match better with the green. So the whole frickin' island's covered with snow. Not only that, Argents spawn everywhere, so the south isn't even safe yet. It's cold all the time, and it's Christmas, right? People want to buy the game. Well, these new players are joining and just getting absolutely wrecked. Like, not even fun, you know? Not only that, I mean, I just didn't want to play with the entire island covered with snow. My mom's up visiting, and she's a bit of a gamer herself, and she's kind of amped up to see this game, and it's like the whole map covered with white, you know? Terrible, terrible release. They never did it that way again. I think now they do Christmas updates of like little, you know, hats and shit, but they're not covering the island with snow. Let's do this from the outside so the glare's not all over me. So yeah, what a shit show that was. But hey, those were the early days. And you know, Wildcard, it's a little bigger company now, but they started out was a pretty small team compared to everybody. And they've come a long way since my brother and I first started playing about 2 weeks into EA. I think we can still hit that target from here. Son of a... That's it. Oh. Okay, we wanted yellow on these doors too. Oops. Yeah, probably should check those regions first, eh? And our white should already be geared up correctly. Nope. Alright, let's get the red back on. There we go. Oh, we didn't want red. Oh my god, I'm an idiot, man. Talking too much here. Okay, so what region was it that were the metal railings again? I forget. Let's get the brush out. Number 2. Do we want to maybe just go green on that? Or yellow? Let's go yellow. So yeah, since then they've gotten a little bit better, obviously, and it's grown quite a bit as a company. So we're all real happy about it. Well, I am anyways. I know Ark's full of some minor issues, but once you get used to it, it's not so bad. That yellow doesn't flash right with the white. Just doesn't stick out much. I got a feeling that this may not just something about this I don't like. So let's get green railings on that then. That's going to solve that issue. Then we'll get the flash we want. Don't be a dick. Okay, first of all, let's get everything enabled on the green. There we go. We'll have to get those top ones later when we get the Tappa running, because without the Tappa, it's going to be a little tight. Either the Tapa or there's a pretty good chance I'll be building some other stuff around here, so that could work. Yeah, the reason I brought up the restaurant is because I happened to just get a review sent to my phone there while I was streaming. It's also the reason I can do this 7 days a week and keep the community going permanently, because I don't have to go to work. However, yeah, I have a couple friends in the industry that I have one that's looking at maybe getting something started. So, you know, I'd go spend a couple hours with him a day, maybe here and there, help him get going. Obviously, that shit ain't free, so you make a little money as well. So, you know, there's a chance I might go do some part-time stuff here and there, but nothing too serious. I can't even see what I'm doing with this sun here. This is taking a little too long. We should be moving along a lot faster than this. Gotta get focused on this job. Still not loving the color scheme, but I suppose I might learn to live with it later. Yeah, we'll stay. It's something. I mean, what are you going to do? There's only so many colors. I've used a couple good schemes before. I wanted to be a little different this time, so we'll get it done. Ah, son of a bitch. We'll get it done and see how it looks later. I was saying, too, with those wood things, there's quite a bit of targets here. We're bound to miss the mark once in a while. We still got to paint those wood gates, but that's going to be one solid color, so we'll get that figured out. So how do you like it on Xbox anyways, Random? I'm loving what's... I used to be a PS4 guy. I still got one, but I think I'm done with Sony. And I'll tell you why. A lot of failed movies. They're losing a lot of money on their movie projects. Recently released some fake Michael Jackson music on an album just to make money. Having a really hard time for Wildcard to get set up with PS4 to be able to put it crossplay. And just don't love what they're doing. If I ever buy another console, it definitely will not be a PS4. I was a PS guy all the way through, though, just because it tended to perform better and had better hardware. But now the Xbox has caught up. I like what Microsoft is doing. I don't love everything Microsoft does, of course, but I mean, shoot, you know, it's a big company. It's going to happen that way sometimes. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be switching over to Xbox if I ever buy another console. I don't know if that's ever going to happen, though, just because I just invested a lot of money into this PC. So my PS4 sits in the second guest bedroom and runs Netflix. That's about the only use I get out of it. I think I might have played a little Battlefield on it once, a couple months ago, just because it was, I have it in. I was going to try it out, but didn't get into it. Yeah, definitely. You don't always need mods. You know, I played this game for a year and a half without a single mod, and I was opposed to it. I was like, mods make it too easy. I want it to be tough, you know, blah, blah, blah. But fact is, people on PC have gotten used to the mods. I've gotten used to the mods, and there's still a couple things I wouldn't mind to take out to make it. We need number 3 up here to fix this. Where's that stone gate I painted by accident? I'm running out of daylight here. We got to keep this moving. I guess we'll find it when we pass. The last part of this wall is to paint this wood, but I may just leave it like that. I don't know. Maybe go with a slightly darker brown. There, this guy's got to change. So we're going to have to paint it now. Let's get the brown out. You play PvP or PvE, Random? Good old mud coloring, one of my favorites. We're not using much blue, so let's gear it up in there. Once again, I forget. Now here, I really don't want to... So that's just like... That's going to piss me off now. I was trying to paint these. Maybe I shouldn't. It's going to cause a lot of repainting of stuff. Nah, we'll do it. Whatever. We already put time in. Let's do it right. Yeah, I was definitely opposed to mod. And there's still a couple things I don't love about the S Plus mod that I find make it too easy. But, you know, the players spoke, you know what I mean? People love S Plus. It's awesome. Just the stuff you're seeing me do isn't doable with, like, picking up pieces, you know? Got to demo them. And that wouldn't matter if our build physics weren't a little twisted. If it, you know, I wouldn't mind as much, but a lot of times it's not even your fault and the piece place is somewhere else. And back when I used to play without the mods, man, I'd have to make 10 to 15% more parts than I needed just to account for errors. And I did PvP builds with double walled metal bases, which I have in one of my videos on the other app. And that was have to make 40 to 50% more parts than I needed to get that done the way I wanted to get done. So it's pretty ridiculous when you think about it. Oh boy, a lot of stuff happening on the different. Who's this now? Phew. Yeah, Witness. The only tips. See, Aberration, if you played on the map, and me, it took me 3 hours once to get off Aberration. The Obelinkses are in deadly areas. You can't get to them early game. And the supply drops are few and far between. It's supposed to be a hard map, so it's like that on I like the way that dark brown turned out. I'm definitely liking it. And poor Witness accidentally went there and is asking for his vice to get off. I'm not going to respond to it now because I'm kind of wrapping up this particular stream reasonably soon enough. Alright, alright. We'll answer him quick, guys. Sorry for the interruption. I'm going to have to tell him to use the force. So yeah, it took me 3 hours to get off there once. Alright, okay, cool. Here, let's just get this up to green. Is it still on the right? Yeah, no, it's not. Okay. What was that? Damn it. This is why I don't like, it's a little sketchy when you're trying to paint things too many times here. Let's just do it with the brush to finish her up. You get the white back where it belongs. Just paint it. Okay, yeah, that's gotta be white. Nope. There we go, that should do it. I think we're done the painting. Piece up. Well, you know it is painted, but that's just the way Adobe works. Get a little faded there. I think we're relatively satisfied with these colors. That looks pretty great. Alright, well I think we'll take a quick 2-minute break to grab another coffee and possibly a quick snack. Shouldn't be longer than 2 minutes. I'll mute and switch to my break screen if you guys are still here. We're going to start working on this house next. Get the shell of it up. Get the patios up. Play with the glass a little bit. So you're welcome to join for that. And depending on the timeline, yeah, still got at least an hour. So yeah, we'll do a little bit more building, and then we'll be heading off to get in touch with all the people that are trying to join as new joins, and then starting off tonight with some action adventure style play. And yeah, so we'll be right back, ladies and gents. Apologize for the break, but it's a part of the show. I gotta take them once in a while. get back at her. Oh, starving to death. That would have sucked. But luckily, of course, I have the raft with a bed on it. Worst case scenario, I'm going to have to bring that raft over and park it here real soon as well. Let's double check, make sure I'm getting my sound through. Yeah, looking good. Still pretty new to this. Sometimes make a mistake. I do need a big checklist on a whiteboard next to me pre-stream to make sure I'm getting things done right. We're going to ditch the paint at this point. Do a quick double check to make sure I got most of the spots done. We'll touch it up later. Looks like we're missing a piece of green up there. But we're going to finish that at a later date as night is coming. We're going to want to get that. We'll do touch-ups, you know, solo later on. But in general, it's looking pretty complete. I'm not... We can't have that green gate. That is not going to be acceptable. It's not a touch-up job. That is a fix-now job. Now, what color did we do the browns? Yeah, brown. I'm not loving the paint job, but I have used my favorite colors already on walls all over the place, so I got to stick with something a little different. No choice. And, you know, it's something. I actually don't use S Plus gates because I don't like the auto features on gates, especially on traps. And in this case too, I believe these are just regular gates because I don't like the way the S Plus snaps in consistently. The regular gates tend to work out a lot better for that. Alright, so we're going to dig these paints up. I'll do this a little faster here. And yeah, I'm curious to find out. I'll double check it, but if I grab these again, will the settings still be the same? That'll be pretty awesome if they are. Definitely think they're going to have more good things to say about SPS. On another note, real quick, if you're playing on Xbox or a vanilla player, yes, there's a lot of things you couldn't do here, but on my other app that I post videos to every day, there is a video of making fancier looking gates. Obviously on a PvP server, that's a no-go. No point spending any resources or time making things look pretty. You're going to want to spend all your resources on defending yourself. But if you are on a PvE server or an ultra-friendly PvP server, you're the alpha tribe, you can get away with a little more. But there's a video on there for making fancy gates that I only use vanilla parts. So it is available to do cooler things than the standard. Of course, the most efficient as far as material goes is just putting a gateway and a gate. This requires now fence foundations as well as walls, even on vanilla, and that's a pretty big job. So we're missing a bit of green there, but we're on that later. Let's get some parts back going here for what we're going to do with this base, which is going to be a bit of a headache because we're getting a little higher up. We're going to have to place some ladders. Maybe need a few more of those. Definitely going to want to grab some of those glass triangle pieces. I guess, do I have I would love if I had thatch triangle pieces. Not sure if I do. You know what, we'll finish the inside a little bit more before we get started on the roof. Here's my glass. Part of the S Plus mod, amazing. And it's amazing for a couple reasons. You can change the way the metal appears. And we're going to see that when I do it. And this allowed, in the case of my main base, which you can see I've actually got what looks like steel structures supporting flower turrets, and it looks pretty freaking cool. So yeah, we like that a lot. Gonna grab some wood regular ceilings. That'll allow us to use our ladder to get up there and work on the second floor. Don't think I'm putting any adobe on the house. We've got enough in the gates. Don't want to. Do I want to? No, the glass doors I don't love because you can't adjust the metal. You're stuck with those 6 bars across. Who are shooting at here? Make sure I. Oh, poor pterodon. Better get out of here, bud. You're gonna get lit. Got some cages, chairs, interior stuff, but there's a lot of work to be done crafting-wise on the interior stuff still. My fabricator, smithy, all that stuff's in my rafts, so there's not a lot to be done there. Let's do another double check for some cool parts. Alright, let's just start with what we have. Get some gamma going. Away we go. So we're saying we're going to put some glass here for sure. How are these? Yeah, these will fit in nice. We're going to make it look like one piece of glass instead of two. By doing this, if I can jump and reach it, that's going to be great. Select model. And this is what I love about it. Got all kinds of, you can make them invisible, or what some people call a floating base. I'm a kind of a real, I like things to look kind of semi-realistic, so I think this is going to require a corner piece like that. So that's a two-side, or corner, sorry, corner A, corner B, there we go, corner B on that end. And then you can tint them as well, but we're going to leave ours wide open. Probably corner C there. Let's take a look at how that looks. It's a bit weird, but one middle bar might be nice. Not sure. We're going to have to put up the middle bar. It's going to be a three-side then. There we go. Let's take a look. Yeah, I think that just looks a little bit more realistic. You're not going to see too many glass panes that are curved like that with no support in the middle holding the frame up, but you know, that's what we're doing, so that's how we're doing it, and that's what it's going to be. You can almost leave it like that, but I prefer the look of the one and then you know what, we might remove the top part because the roof is going to be there and just leave the metal. We'll have to figure that out later. There might still be some work to be done on these. We'll have to see once we get our ceiling up, and we can work around a little better. Take a look at that. This was corner C, I think, wasn't it? Yeah. This was a three-side. Three-side A? Nope. Whoops, my bad. There we go. Another dark night. You got your dark nights and you got your really dark nights. A lot of triangles here. A little bit more glass. It's good if you got a good memory and you can remember your corner C, corner whatever. I'm kind of getting it sorted, but from the outside. We'll have thatch over top of this all. That'll be the last layer there, and we'll be thatch for the rest. So we'll get kind of three different textures. We're going to get that painted up real nice. Probably get glass windows into those frames. Things could be worse. It's a start. The shell is the basics, but there's a ton of work on the decks outside, some pillars, all that kind of stuff, which is a whole other job. We will be streaming that, of course, but it probably won't be today. I'm feeling a little bad because I've got a couple people waiting to chat with me on various platforms that I'm ignoring at the moment. So we're going to be wrapping up here, unfortunately, not too long. And I got to prep for whatever it is we're doing tonight. If it's going to be this, I tend to use up a lot of gear. I might squeeze in a lava cave run, actually, which will probably be a fail, but I'll probably shut down this build video within the next 20-30 minutes. Come back for a solo lava cave run with just guns, no dinos, and I've yet to get that done successfully. But I would like to get my trophies up, and I'm thinking I'm going to be putting that right off of here, which will be next to the deck shortly. So let's get that going. See if we can splurge in like this. I don't know how that's going to affect the long-termness of the build, though. Let's start with that. We'll get some pillars up after to make this look a little more realistic. That may not work on the inside, but let's give it a shot. couple pillars we can pop down right now. Some railings there, and bring our trophy cases along. Because putting out my trophies has been on the list of things to do for a while now. Let's bring those with us. And a lot of these trophies are from Solo Cave No Dinos. The cave near the... They call it the Swamp Cave, but it's kind of in the redwoods on the border of the swamp. I could not, under any circumstances, complete with no dinos, so that just didn't work out. Let's grab those pillars I forgot about. Yeah, for that person that's breeding in a greenhouse on floors, you're going to have all kinds of issues with babies falling on the floor. It's a bit of a headache. Stone? Yeah, you know what? It makes sense to have stone holding that up. Let's get rid of some of this here. It looks like we're going to be adding another floor. I think I'm going to be going 3 high, plus a floor, and then a little attic up top. No, that's going to blow. I want that thing touching the freaking ground here. Pillars. Bullshit. Oh, not where I want. You know what? Actually, that's going to work for the 2-story terrace, but... Actually, we can do it. Alright. It's a good start. Let's get these trophy cases down. That'll be a part of our upper area terrace. And this terrace patio, sorry, I'm in Quebec here. I mostly speak French with the exception of online, so I sometimes mix up those words. So, anyways, I'll put more. This is going to be an unfinished job at first. We're going to put a few more ceilings out. This will lead off to my harbor later. No real design in mind here, just kind of winging it, but that's pretty standard for my builds. I mean, every now and then I'll get up on a bird and fly from above and take a look at what's going on, but for the time being, we're not going to be doing that. I'm out of ceilings. Alright, so my trophies I think I'm going to put in a line right here. And we're going to need some more ceilings to do that the way I want it. We need to make extra room for my other trophies coming up. And we've defeated the Broodmother so far, so we got I got 1 flag for that. As mentioned many millions of times, we are doing a playthrough of the whole game. Some of us. Not everybody's participating in that, but some of us are. And yeah, it's going pretty good so far. If I'm out of stone pillars, I'm not going to be loving life, but we're here to get ceilings anyways, so. Some there. Slope? No, we want regs. There we go. Took the last 2. Alright, I got pillars. Ooh, that was impressive. I'm surprised I made that jump. So yeah, we need pillars to make that work. No problem. In that case, what we'll probably do is do a little bit of magic here like this. Man, guys getting hungry, working hard, and temperature. That cold's having a little bit of an effect, being that I'm naked. Wasteful there. Probably should be careful. Got my gun ready? Yeah, let's do this the right way. Don't think Mystic's gonna like watching the video and finding out I'm wasting her hard work because I'm being lazy about it. Sorry, Mystic, my bad. I did not farm many of the mats or craft many of these pieces. My girlfriend is kind enough to take care of most of that for me. I had to do some stuff because she's been working a lot lately and going out with friends. But good, we're gonna line up our trophies along here right after we put some railings down. Maybe a little ramp with a stairway there. I hope we have some wood railings left. We did use a significant amount of them. Oh god, we got tons. And a wooden ramp or 2. Turn that into stairs thanks to S+1. Get one right here. Alright, let's get some trophies down. Better put the pillars first. I did, eh? So we should be able to get some more ceilings here. So I'm going to have to place a pillar here temporarily. I'm going to remove it once I get the piece in. Ooh, my boy's ice cube. It's not going to be good for him. He's got no torpor, right? Because he's all weight build, so it's going to be a bit of an issue, but we'll work around it. It's looking big enough for the front deck down here. We're going to do one more row like this, and railing this whole thing off. Carlis. These, they don't snap and they're not the best, but luckily we got these wooden lines here. Got it nice and straight. Hard part's going to be getting the gap exactly how we want it. So that one's pretty crooked. Not going to have it. Can't pick it up. Oh, that's a downer. Better not make any more mistakes with this. I have to actually wait for that piece to decompose. I don't want to mess this up. These are pretty sure take polymer to make, which I have, but kind of holding on to that for sniper rifles and stuff. Chew through those on that lava cave coming up soon. Gap's about one piece or so. We'll get one more and then we'll come around this corner here. It's going to look great. Yeah, if you're just joining, I'm just wrapping up a little bit of building I was doing. I never done a build video before, but after lunch here I'm going to come back and do the lava cave solo. Take a little prep first, so it'll be a minute before I get there. Should need to rename these with. I don't think you can pull trophies anyways. I don't need to worry about that now that I think of it. We're going to try the lava cave solo with just guns again. Flunked out on it a couple times so far. What the hell? Why won't that go in there right? Well, this one? What is that? What's your damage here? What the fuck? Well, that sucks. What's happening with that? Let's try the ones that I have in the raft right now, if they're still there. Nope. This is some bull stuff. Oh wait, maybe. I'll tell you, I'm pretty displeased about that. I'm going to figure out what the hell's going on. Why they're not showing up as they should. Just the one. Which one's this from? I'll have to, if I have to, I'll redo these caves and get it again. We need them anyways to do bosses. And sometimes if I do it with a group, I let them have it all, and I'll just go ahead and bring those in the magic way, so that could be part of the issue. That one doesn't even show up there. Nothing about this makes much sense right now. Oh, I'm putting it in the wrong place. Okay, I'm an idiot. Alright, that's good. Oh, now we're talking. I'm glad that sorted itself out, because I was kind of, like, I don't like to show it, but I was getting pretty damn pissed off about this. Two, three, four, five. And I think there's 11 total caves on this map. As I'm doing a playthrough, I want to do them all. I'm getting pretty close. And out of these, I think I've done at least 4 of them solo, no dinos. Just for fun. I love using the guns. I miss my shooter games. And yeah, it's an extra hard challenge. The lava cave, as I was saying, the cave that's technically in this, they call the swamp cave, but it's actually in the redwoods. I was not able to do solo with guns. Those bugs were just too much. Can't stop them. And it takes so much. I mean, there may be a video out there of someone that does. I couldn't. 1, 2, 3, yeah, 7, 6 up. 6 up. 4, 5, 6, yeah. I couldn't do it. Maybe there is someone that could, but what happened is, even if I did get in there a bit, it takes so long to get rid of the bugs and deal with the bugs, if I was lucky to deal with them. Which wasn't easy. The shotgun just wasn't doing the damage. That they would respawn and I'd be swarmed again, running out of ammo and everything, so it was a bit of a headache. Maybe those railings kind of suck, but I'm blocking off the look of the trophy. Well, that's okay. We'll see about that later. We're not going to nitpick too hard right now, as we're working through things. So what did we get accomplished today? We got the gates up. We got the gates painted. We got the core structure, the first bottom end of the house done. Lots of work to do here. And we got our trophies up. I want to also get my raft painted over there, which is a priority. It's missing a ton of decorations. That's the old Broodmother flag. Only done one boss so far on this concept here, but we'll be getting some more done soon. And if I was just thinking I'm going to do all 11 caves first and then do all the bosses. So we got a little more cave work to do. So yeah, I'm going to chop out a quick break here. I got to respond to a lot of Steam messages and invites, as well as some Reddit stuff to keep the server growing. And the next time I log or stream will be hopefully within about 45 minutes for a short one where we attempt to do the lava cave with just guns, no dinos. I'll tell you right now, I failed 3 times so far. I made it really close the last time though. So hopefully this time we can get her done. And hopefully you guys will join up for that. So should be, if all goes well, I gotta eat a little snack, respond to a bunch of messages, and then we're gonna go ahead. If I'm talking about the one I failed at, Headbanger, that I could not do with just weapons, yes. We call it the Swamp Cave in the Redwood. It's got the massive bug attacks that roll, and I gave it 3 full tries. On one of those tries, which is on the it's on both these channels here, this one and the other one I broadcast on, I lost 2 or 3 birds. They were getting killed outside, I guess, and I lost 3 sniper rifles, 3 shotguns, 600 rounds of ammunition at least, my best ghillie stuff, a few masks, and that was my 3rd try, and I said that maybe it can't be done. If anyone has a video Yeah, in the end though, I did do it with a combination. We did it in the end because I do need to finish it. My boy Sick Chaos and another player who I forget, I apologize. We did it all together. Sick wanted to try out vultures, so he had like 5 or 10 of them. I was on a frog, which I immediately abandoned and just let him roam. And we had another player on another frog. And that went well. The reason I didn't put it up is with all the vultures there, like you need to have your bar up that shows you your health and stuff. With all the vultures, the only thing I ever saw for the whole video was a bunch of green, this guy damaged this kind of thing. So it was a really annoying video to watch. Later, my brother and I did it with him on a berry. Really good one, bread. And me on foot. And it was a struggle, but we got through it just with that. So, but to do it, I tried, 3 times because I wanted to hero it. But with those bugs, I could not do it at all. So far, I have done, and the videos are all up, quite a few caves just with guns. The lava one, or I think it's formerly might be the southeast cave. I've tried and failed, but gotten really close. So I'm going to be attempting that one with just my guns right after a lunch break, and which I wouldn't really need to take. Well, of course, I got to eat food. But what's really going on is I've got a few invites on Steam and some Reddit messages to deal with for new players, and I would love to be filming 7 or 8 hours a day every day, but unfortunately the community has 4 maps in it in a cluster, and I'm kind of responsible for making sure that works correctly, as well as making sure there's new players added as often as possible into the community so it grows. So I spend about 15 hours a day online doing stuff, and a lot of that time is spent fixing things. Now we finally do have the servers running exactly how we want. They're performing amazing, so there's not a lot of work to do keeping the servers running correctly. The cluster's been functioning as intended, but there's a lot of time promoting and making sure there's new players, and I'm on a big cooldown from doing posts, like where I post up right on the top of Reddit. I've slowed down on that quite a bit just to give people a break from seeing bigs all over the place. The haters start to get a little annoyed. But I do respond to anybody who's like, oh, I'm looking for a server, I'm looking for a tribe, and that's refreshing every 40 minutes, and checking both of those things. So I know I have invites pending. It is the weekend, but so I'm going to deal with all of that. I'm loving the way these trophies are looking in the sunlight. Awesome. I'm going to deal with all of that. I got to get my flag up. Let's move my flag up there too, though. Let's stop fucking around here. I'm going to deal with all that, get a snack in, because I'm feeling the hunger, especially from drinking coffee on a somewhat empty stomach. It's not the best. So I'm going to deal with all that and then come back and try this lava cave. So that should be cool. If I can pull it off, I think I can. It's not impossible. You can. The good thing is there's a lot of spots you can pull back and maneuver. My basic plan when I'm doing a cave alone is to draw them and pull back. There's a couple spots in the lava cave I've had a little trouble with, but it's been human error every time. It's not that it's impossible, it's that I've made some kind of mistake. So that's been kind of the problem there. Which way is this fucker facing? Au natural, I wonder. I never get it right the first time. Oh, yeah, I gotta flip it. I'm looking forward to it though. That lava cave's been kicking my ass, and I like it when I get my ass kicked a little bit. And it feels all the better when you get it finished. And bearing in mind that I have 3,000, well, total on 2 accounts, I'm pushing over the 4,000 hour mark. 3,200, I think, on this. But on this account, out of those 3,200 hours, 3,000 hours are admin hours. And not admin hours like, now I play legit, even though I'm still admin. But admin hours where I kind of just watched TV on one screen and just administered the server, and I lost my capabilities as far as being a player goes. So yeah, sure, all those links should be available, but these are just to run that by. We have 4 maps in a cluster: Island, Scorched Earth, this is PC by the way, Island, Scorched Earth, Aberration, and Ragnarok. The rates vary from 2 times to 3 times depending. As well, some additional don't get screwed on grind stuff like resources regrow 50% faster, 50% closer to your base. We use S Plus mod, which helps reduce the workload a little bit as well. The reason the rates are like that is we're doing a playthrough of the whole game until the DLC releases. So we wanted to keep it kind of close to vanilla, or at least the vanilla rates on weekends. But on the breeding, like, we're at 3 times with it balanced so that you can still get in your imprints. Egg drops 50% more often on fertilized and regular eggs. And we have a bunch of other tweaks to kind of make it a little less grindy, but being that the server is really long term, it's going to be here for until Arc 2 comes out essentially. We kind of wanted to make it so when you do get those big breeds, big tames, that you can feel proud that you put the work in to do it. And for those that are part-time and can't get into it, we have a tribe called Tribe of Nations. Here has 24 players in it. They all live in the districts, District 1 and District 2. We have a little cruise down there actually real quick and see how it's going once I put this stuff away. And because they can all work together, they can get a lot more done even if you're not a full-time player. The name of this server that I'm on is called Isla Nation, ISLANITION. There should be links right here on my Twitch page to get to that, and there's definitely links on my other app that I broadcast on. Y'all know what it is, I just don't say the name because they compete with each other. There's definitely a bunch of links over there as well. So if you're a PC player, we also have a very active Discord and an active community. If you're a PC player, it's a great place to play, no doubt about it. And I understand completely people that enjoy higher rates. What I find a slight disadvantage on the higher rates is that stuff like kibble, especially with mutt and prime meat, stuff like kibble can become pretty useless pretty fast. And we like to have that aspect of the game still in there. Of course, yes, during maturation you need random kinds of kibble, but I find if you start to tweak the settings too much or boost it too much, you start to lose certain aspects of the game that I enjoy. So as well, we just have the time. And I mean, even if you only play an hour or two a day, I mean, with the tribe we have and how we work together, you're still going to get stuff done. Regardless of tribe affiliation, we do bosses together. As you can see here, they've got a ton of dinos set up at the Red Oboe for any kind of brood mother fights. That's run by the Sandmen. There are experts in that field. We have a couple expert breeders that share information, and then of course the entire tribe that works together. Quite a few different tribes on the server. My tribe's the starter tribe. If you're a solo player with 5,000 hours in it, you just haven't found the right tribe fit for you, or you're an absolute new jack or newbie, this tribe's kind of perfect for that. What happens is everything you tame, everything you build, it's all personally owned. So if you meet up with people, I'll let this render here, that's Sears Bridge that he built. If you meet up with people and you decide you want to start your own tribe, you still get to keep everything. And that happens a lot. Certain people get along together well, and of course they want to do their own thing. So this is the original tribe district, District 1. It got kind of crammed. It's going to take a minute to render. She's a big one. I'm running a 1070 GTX with 16 gigs of RAM, but it still takes me a couple good seconds just to get this thing in here. With an whatever. Like I have a sick motherboard, or whatever you call it as well. So this is District 1. It got a little crowded. As you can see, Mimph knows what he's doing. Look at those trophies. This guy's not playing around. And he started, when I saw him join the tribe and he started, you could tell right away he knew what he was doing. This guy knows what's up. Yeah, so this is District 1. It has a common area in it for all new members that contains a smithy and some of the necessary stuff you need. As you can see, there's always a couple of our boys on here messing about. Beautiful little house going there. Sear built the bridge, he's working on his little spot. And what happened is it got a little crowded, got a little jammed up. So we started District 2, which is fairly new, but it's filling in pretty fast. So we got District 2 right here. Draxer's moved from 1 to 2 to get up a better base going. And once this fills, I'll cap out at District 3, which is going to be the entire rest of this peninsula, more or less. And that way everyone's together but has room to build their own thing. So you can either follow links to join us if you're a PC player, or as well you can just type in Isla Nation in the join screen to start with the island. All 4 maps are clustered together. There's no dino cooldowns on transfers. Yeah, we got Ragnarok in there. Even though it's not an official DLC, as we're doing the playthrough, we did need all the official DLCs. We put in Ragnarok for those folks that don't have the SE or the SE, basically DLC. And this way they can still get the wyverns, the sand, and all that stuff they need, so you don't have to spend extra money on that. And outside of that, guys, that was a little advertisement at the end there. Wow, well, Headbanger, man, we'd love to have you on board, but we'd love to. We're doing that playthrough, like I said, we're a social, team-friendly kind of place. We used to run PvP servers, but from my end, it was just too challenging to manage, and we got a lot of, here's the thing I'll say about it, is that if there's, the offline raid protection can be exploited, okay? So now you have one player that says that guy exploited it. One player's got proof. The other guy says the only reason he exploited it is because that guy did it first. Maybe he doesn't have proof. What happens is I'm stuck being a judge and jury, and there's only going to be one winner and two losers, whatever the decision I make is. The winner is the guy that got what he wanted. The loser is both myself and the person that didn't. And, the reason I lose is because someone's mad at me, someone's hateful, and it becomes a future issue, right? And in the end, if you've got a hardcore rule set and 3 or 4 admins, yeah, go for it, But in my case, I'm one guy. I like to play, I like to stream, and the PvP just wasn't working when we did it. However, what we might do later on, and I'm hoping to do it, it's always been kind of a thing of mine, is have one PvP server separate from the cluster, password only, no randoms, guys that are playing on this, and do like a 3-tribe thing where the whole map's divided into 3, and there's a big section in the middle that we all fight for to take territory. So that's something we're thinking of down the road. One thing about our community is it's built for the long term. I'm not going anywhere. You probably didn't hear earlier in the broadcast, but I don't have a job. I'm retired. I know that seems crazy at my age, but it's just how it worked out for me. I busted balls for 20 years in the restaurant industry to get where I am. So that in the future, I would like some PvP, but I also find if you look at PvP officials and a lot of the PvP fights going on, a lot of times it's person versus PC anyways, and stuff like this. So we need to find a way to do it right. And I did have it once, way back in the day, on the island with a similar concept, but even then, there was still a lot of headaches. I was still judge and jury a lot, and it just causes... I've had twice this month to ban, 8 or 9 people, like full tribes, because of absolute abuse, and that turns into a war of words on Reddit, Steam, bad publicity, and drama I don't need. I love this game. I love my community. I love playing with my friends. What I don't love is dealing with hateful people on various social media, feeling that they were wronged by me. And they end up losing their work when they get banned, and I end up feeling like shit. And if I'm going to be doing this, I don't ever want to feel like crap, We get problems that happen because of a server issue, like last night with Draxer, right? His character got wiped out. The problem's been resolved immediately on the server side. But I didn't mind going to see him. We took an hour. We had to take, because things are personally owned, we had to take down his building and rebuild it and stuff. That was actually a pleasure for me. And same when I was doing it it happened twice. And that's when I finally realized it wasn't a one-time thing. And I had to check stuff on the server, fix it right away. But I had to do it for a player named Ryan the day before. And I enjoy that part of it. I don't even mind doing the admin duties to fix stuff. And it gives me a chance to interact with the player, But one thing I absolutely despise, and it hit me really hard, we call it the Dark Wars between August 1st and 7th, when we had the PvP going on this very map. And these people were, they had their own way of doing things. They didn't agree with the way I did things. That's fine. But instead of just leaving, they went out with a bang. We're talking wiped out a whole district. We had to roll back the server. Defenseless district. As well, a constant barrage of attacks by 10 or 12 people across Reddit, which shuts down promotion, right? Luckily, they made a video of it, which humiliated them. But they were in Discord flaming. They were copying and pasting stuff from the Discord and putting it up on Steam that were more or less private messages. And it was a painful time for me. So we switched 2 to PvE and 2 to PvP. And then we had a group of 12 to 14-year-old CSGO players. And what happens is there's not enough people in the PvP. And they're armed to the teeth, but they don't want to attack the two strong tribes, right? Because they know they might not win that battle. So they get bored and they start flying over to PvE and they start kiting animals, which I have screenshots and recordings of. They start kiting animals and dropping them. They start creating a toxic environment to try and get people into it. And, I had to let it go. And still to this day, I've received 325, that is not exaggerating, maybe plus minus 5 or 6, 325 personal messages on Reddit, calling me all kinds of names. They demanded to see the proof, which I'm sorry, screw you, because one of their friends ratted them out and said that they had put something up on 4chan. So I'm not going to dime out my source. I'm not that kind of guy. I give my word, I won't tell, I don't tell. And, they want to see proof, they don't get it, so I'm a liar, I'm a dick, and all these things, and it doesn't bother me. I've been in Montreal for a lot of years and come from a tougher background, but it affects the promotion and the community. And we decided about a day or two ago that screw it, we're switching all 4 maps to PvE, and in the future we can look at something else. But I've felt a lot better since doing it, even though I'm still. The thing about 4chan is massive. People do give it a bad name. I'm not big into it, but I'll give massive respect up. These kids went on 4chan to try and get the 4chan army to attack me, and they set up an account and close it, so they don't have a reputation there. And I've seen some of their posts, and they just got destroyed. These people aren't going to go fight battles for no reason. And what's ended up happening is they've created a whole bunch of people that follow me on Reddit. And every time these kids are doing anything, these people are messaging me saying, yo, Biggs, because I have Reddit karma. I've been around a while. I'm all over Google. I speak the, transparent truth type crap. I'm not bullshitting people. This is me. This is the real me you're looking at. And they're coming out there and they're helping me. So I actually have to give a lot up to one or two guys on Reddit, you know who you are, that are helping me out to at least know what these kids are doing. And I also got to give it up to those people that have supported me through that. And it's not something that's drama. I'm not stressed out about it. Just what happened, and we tried. We really tried. And a big part of it is guns with nothing to do. If I had 75 people in the PvP server, they'd be so busy battling it out, we wouldn't have a problem. But we didn't have a lot of people in there. And the big strong tribes, they were just kind of chilling out. They only defend. And the little guys that wanted to fight, of course, they know they're going to get wiped if they fight those guys. So it's not all the fault, in all honesty, of the people that caused the trouble. They're just people that thought PvP was coming. I told them PvP was coming. I thought it would. But we couldn't get enough people in there, and they got bored. So it's like having 20,000 Roman soldiers outside Rome. It's only a matter of time before, Caesar rolls in and takes over. So we switched to this, and everyone's happier for it. And we're not optioning off PvP completely. It'll come up eventually, Right now, they're all for PvE. When it was that, the Island and Rag, at first when I started, all of them were PvP with ORP. After the Dark Wars, August 1st to 7th, we switched the Island and Rag to PvE and kept Scorched Earth and Aberration PvP. My plan was for the playthrough to buy another Aberration server PvE in the future. But then the CSGO Russian guys, who had been with me for months, that's the shame of it, and they're kind of dicks in the way they reacted to what happened. They got a simple 24-hour ban, and they went off the hook about it. No big deal. But then after it got worse. So what happened there is we just decided that the problem is you got a bunch of guys that have no one to PvP with while they start coming over to the PvE servers to look for something to do. And you just don't need guys with guns that are bored. That's the end of it, really. And when you break it down, nothing to do. And I hope to get back into it one day, but for me, I think my PvP experience is Call of Duty, Division, Grand Theft Auto. Maybe those games are better suited for PvP, and we may not have what we hope to have. But I do like the idea of this 3-tribe, win all the territory type thing. But you need players for it. It'll be probably after the DL. We'll see. But we talk about it in the chat and in the Discord, and we hope that we can get that going. Now, I noticed you just had me as a friend on Steve Headbanks. You're not the only one. Let me deal with all that stuff, guys. And I'm definitely going to be coming back for that cave around 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Southeast, or Lava Cave as I call it. feel free to join for that. Thanks so much. I had a couple people subscribed today, a couple people followed. That is definitely big time appreciated by me. I don't take that lightly, and I really do appreciate that, and thank you so much, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's my first building video. It's not the same as the action videos, but I don't know, I love doing it, so we're gonna do a bit of everything here. Anyways, take care, thanks for coming out, and we'll see y'all soon, hopefully. Type Biggs around on Google if you need to find out about how to join us or find anything out about me. I'm the first couple pages at this point, so take care, folks.